Men and women in blue, thank you for what you do. Robert Dix Insurance Agency, contact Bobby Dix. Tri-City Lacrosse, 40 years of summer fun. Master Vito, Hyundai, contact the sales force. CRM Rental Management. The Clinton Tractor and Implement Company, contact the Caledona family. Hello, Yeti Nation. Get down to the Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Fay Farms, where's the beef at? Contact Jimmy Fay. Family Landscaping, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. The Black River Ale House, where the Romans go. Dura Products, who's got the pipe? Jimmy Fay's got the pipe. Contact Jimmy Fay for irrigation, drainage, pool, and spa. You building a new house, contact Jimmy Fay. He's got your stuff. The B-Dry System, your basement's wet.
What's up, Yeti Nation? Greg Beecher, are you out there? There you are, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good. Now I even got myself unmuted so they can hear me. I am doing good. The firewalls are good. My voice is really the only thing that is not doing so good. Well, my voice is struggling.
I'm assuming that you guys were having a blast on Sunday. Yesterday had to be an incredible time.
Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. It was insane, really. It was it was quite the game in Albany. Albany doing a good job. They're slowly bringing more and more fans in.
I was just going to ask, what's the number?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea what the numbers were, but it's so funny because when you look at it, they don't fill the end, and that's a little weird. That one end, the far end, doesn't ever seem to get many stands. So when you're watching it on ESPN, it doesn't quite look like it does in real life, I guess.
Well, I would love to see. You want to know what the capabilities are? Are the I'm hearing somebody talk in the background. I'm hearing myself talk in the background. Gotcha. But it messed me all up. I hope they have to open up the upper tier. How cool would that be?
That would be amazing. I would love it if they do. I don't know if they're going to be quite that good. It's impressive. I'll say that.
It's not that far of a drive. And I've seen the very first game of the season when Buffalo was there. What a great showing the Bandits put there. And Albany smacked them right in the mouth and said, not in our house.
Yeah,
Sorry, champs.
Albany usually does pretty good when it comes to Buffalo. I like the odds. I was a little nervous with Toronto, but I think I like our chances against Buffalo.
I think this is going to be an incredible showing, no question. I hear myself replaying it. I said it again. Albany smacked them right in the mouth.
Sorry, I keep trying to check the volume to see if I sound okay. Anybody's out there in the comments watching, if you can or cannot hear me, let me know. We're having a little 4,200, Josh, in the
4,200, I see Josh said. Yeah, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. Hey, they're growing. And you want to know what? I can only imagine what this is going to do for the local community. PLL isn't playing. There's some. It's a weekend of a teams getting ready to get into the playoff scenario. Some team, Albany made the playoffs in regards to field lacrosse, and it's going to be fun. Hopefully, they get a lot of players. We're looking at coming down, so hopefully we can get a gaggle of Yeti down there and have some fun.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I'm excited for it. I don't really know much about the PLL or what's going on with any of that. That's all news to me every time somebody says something, really.
I know it's sometime in mid-June.
Yeah.
So
I know they usually fire up. I've been to a couple of the things they do there. They do a good job. It is a good time, but since I've been full-fledged into box, I have not paid much attention. And without further ado, let's just jump right into this game two.
Game two. We're not even going to talk. You want to know what? Game one, Albany beat them down. Just beat them down. Held on at the end, but let's get right into the game two because that's where the blood is in the water.
Yeah, they kind of held on kicking and screaming almost, but what a goal this was, Leclerc, at the beginning. Just the athleticism of him.
Superman, where are you now? Yeah. Bang. That is a great goal.
And unless you see it in slow motion, it's so hard to process all the stuff that's happening.
Well, It's great that you're doing what you're doing, because right there, that I was just going to say something about the face-off battles. It was 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50. Congrats to Nardell. As far as he did what he had to do, and his boys showed up and played.
Yeah, no, Nardell has been doing. Nardell was doing great. This goal they took back from him, his toe was in the crease. It's like, come on, man, it was close. Let's go.
You can't do that.
No, sorry, I got a couple straps hanging down, but no, yeah, you can't do that. So that one cost him a little bit, but it wasn't too big of a deal.
It was, it would have been a bigger lead. Maybe, stats would have, I'm a little disappointed in regards to, they called a penalty on him where he just annihilated the guy at the midfield line.
We'll
you want to know what? I hope so. Oh, my
I've got
God.
it.
Well, the reason why I say that is because it happened in the Buffalo game as well, and there was a no call. And I'm like, that was the exact same hit. Boom, boom. Come on, officials.
I think his problem was his arm gets too high up.
It was pretty damn clean to me, man.
It does. You'll see it on the follow through. We'll look at it. We'll look at it and give you a little bit better understanding of it. I mean, obviously the Firewolves aren't getting anything too big, but no. Nardell did good. Baptiste, I tell you, I have criticized Baptiste a lot for his defensive play. I was very impressed with how he played defensively.
Showed right up, didn't he?
He had a very good game. But this one, Wagner off the back of the helmet, I thought he was going to be out for the game at this point. I've never understood this. You see guys do this all the time. They jump backwards. And
there's no pads.
There's no pads.
There's no that. That's where the open areas are on the backside there. Look at him. He's wide open, exposing every lung and rib. And granted, they got some very high, but God bless them. That's why they get paid the big bucks, man.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, watch most of these defensemen. The way they tuck in, and they're soakers. They're trying to cover that that open spot that the goalie might not be able to get. So, props to all the D-men. They do some damage.
No, they do. And anybody who hasn't, if you're watching this show, you've probably followed through so far, and I would imagine you know what's going on in the league. This is a breakdown of it, though, and Buffalo, Toronto. That has got to be the upset of the season. OJ, the dude, was talking smack. He thought the Bandits might not even make the playoffs, and now the Bandits are in the finals.
We got an upstate championship to watch. So this is going to be so much fun.
It is the I-90 championship. I tell you, what's really got to happen though is the Albany fans got to turn out. So we are not a Buffalo home game for all three games. Right.
You want to know what? As far as these young bloods, man, I think they got enough juice in those tanks where I don't think they're stopping them.
No, I think
they found their niche. Dougie is on fire. These guys they're playing. They're having fun. They're not worried about what record or we're in first place, or they're playing and doing a damn good job of it.
Yeah, this goal right here, Simmons just buries underneath and just he's a monster.
He is a monster. For a small guy, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's thick. He is definitely not that small. I mean, he might not be a very tall guy.
Well, I'm talking size. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like a Blaine Stotler. As far as just thick muscle.
Yeah. No, just
face off again.
And this Wagner has been good. When he got hurt, I was definitely a little nervous. And you had a couple of guys going for some records here in this game, which we'll get to, and they did break and tie the records, but unfortunately for them, Dougie was on the other end, and he didn't let them get that far ahead. Dougie had, 51 saves to 33 saves, I think is what it ended up being?
51-33, yeah.
Look at that behind the back from Paulus, though. He throws that just so smooth.
It's every day. How many times has he thrown that? That behind on the power play there, that fake, and they put it the backside. Yeah. It's incredible.
And this one, Grennan actually just catches his helmet. That's so close to going over his shoulder. Great job. I tell you that, Shigliano, or I'm sorry, not Shigliano. He was their goalie last year. Allegrieri.
Allegrieri.
That team, he's not at Dougie yet, but the kid's only 19 years old. Or 20 years old. He is a very young man that he's got a bright future. And if this offense or most of this team can stay together, I don't expect Stotts to, Young just absolutely. But he's holding on to his arm. They just let it go. Dickinson wanted the call. It was a very physical game.
It was, it started with Stotts slapping that, just, who was it? It was Longboat, wasn't it, that he drilled right in the center of the field there?
No, it's Nishimura, Jackson Nishimura.
Okay.
But this play right here, oh my goodness, Mr. Firth. Just, what are you doing, sir?
Uh-huh. Playing ball.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
playing ball.
Absolute gem. Just, Walker is so good. There's so many guys, it's always, whenever you talk about the offense on this team, you feel like you're leaving somebody out.
Every one of them are stepping up when they need to step up. That is a cool thing. What did Simmons have for shots? He only had 12 shots. So that's, that's a down number for him.
Yeah. No, I see we got OJ, the dude, in the chat's a little late. We were actually just giving you crap, OJ, because I believe it was you that said the Bandits wouldn't make the playoffs. You didn't think. Grennan, another good game. He doesn't always make the stat sheet. We will look at the stats here in a little bit, but it's not necessarily what he's known for. But picking up loose balls like this, the defense did a great job clearing the front of the net. And, Albany had so many chances that really their offensive systems, I think Shigliano played great. We actually had some new seats, as you'll see. The Blue Squatch crew is sat over here for this one.
Oh, you're over in there now. You're
right above the blue.
Right on the camera. Hello, camera. Here we are.
I did like the seats. It was better for the glare. But that was another beautiful play by Simmons. But right here, this is something Simmons does because everybody likes to talk about him taking a lot of shot. Connor Fields the same way. But when you take the shot, don't make it, but get your own loose ball and get it back, and then just look at Longboat buries it.
And put an assist on the board. You got to love that, that's just great awareness. Look at who's the man. Who's the man, Josh? Good shot right there.
Josh has done a great job. He gets the everybody cheering over there. We threw everybody off when we were sitting on the other side. But I tell you, it's really coming along. That place was very loud. You could actually hear, I unfortunately think I had to turn the volume off, but you could after they scored, you would hear everybody start chanting, Dougie, like just, to have his back. And it was impressive. This call.
Mike's.
What were you saying?
I was going to say Mike's got the crowd rocking.
Mike's got the crowd rocking, and actually, even when he doesn't, the crowd does a good job. This one by Sturos, couple seconds left in the shot clock. Just misses that stick. Catches him on the loose arm, catches him in the thigh. They call it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It's like, what happened? And unfortunately, they are going to capitalize on this. But first, you're going to see a little bit of Dougie doing Dougie things, making that big save.
He had a huge first quarter, first period, and stopped the break several times.
Yeah. I tell you, Colton Watkinson had a bunch of fast breaks and breakaways. He might not have had a goal, but our transition looked good. But Leclerc on this one, that was just an absolute rocket. Beautiful screen here set by Dickinson. And, yeah, that was nuts. But here comes here's Stotts on the penalty. So if you actually look at the bottom of the screen, this is right after that goal. So Dickinson sets a screen on Sturos. They give Sturos a hold, even though Dickinson clearly... Sturos is covering somebody else. He goes to run through, gets a screen. They call a hold. As you can see...
Stotts got up on the chin. Absolutely.
Yeah, but look at this one down in the corner. This guy actually has... Oh, I'm blocking it. That's why you can't see it.
Yeah, you're blocking me. That's why I was like, well, okay, which one?
All right, so...
Yeah.
He has Sturos' arm. He's got a hold
up in the air. Yeah.
And look at, he has him under the chin right here. Yeah.
I think I remember seeing that live going, he's grabbing, the offensive guy's grabbing him.
You can clearly see he's pulling the jersey right there, and Sturos' hands are both in the air, but they call a hold on Sturos. I was like, what game are you watching, ref? I mean, are you serious? And then right here, so here's Jokum. Yeah. This one didn't look that bad in fast motion when you see it, but when you watch it in slow motion, you see he gets right up under his under his chin. That's
not the penalty. That's his first penalty that he got. The one I was referring to is when he's clearing and he smashes.
We'll get to that one too.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, no, like right here, he starts it at his throat.
Yeah.
And then he just finishes all the way, goes right through. Yeah. And you can just see Jokum's like, come on, bud.
It's a little high. The Adam's apple hurt. That hurt the Adam's apple a little.
Nice. And they take advantage of the 4-on-4. That's one thing, the Firewolves, they are so fast and so young. 4-on-4 really does kind of suit them in their style.
It's just that opens everything up a little bit. That slide is that far, that many more steps away of being where it should be if it was 5-on-5.
Yeah. Sorry, I made myself disappear again. I thought I had the play pause button. First challenge, coach got what he wanted. No goal with Nardella. This one, not so much. That guy's foot wasn't in the crease. I didn't see it on the replay where I thought it even looked that close, but, they only have a couple seconds to look at it, so it's different. This play right here, this was a beautiful play. Unfortunately, it does go over to San Diego, but we got Dougie. I tell you, Jameson looked good, 51 saves. And what has impressed me with Jameson this year is he has lost weight, and he is way more active, 1, and 2, so much faster. Like, It's very noticeable how athletic he is compared to what he used to be.
The side to side, up and down. Yeah, he's definitely way more active than he was last year.
Getting behind the net, getting those the loose balls, being able to kind of get in guys' way, all those little things. The rebounds, I think, is where I notice the speed the most sitting behind him. And here you see he's not happy with the call. And this, I think, really set the tone for San Diego. I don't know what he says.
He teed him up.
Yeah. Whatever he says. Whoa. He says, I don't think so. Kapah!
I don't think so. Sit out for an extra.
But this also, I think, set the tone for San Diego. I think they were talking like that to the refs. Stotts runs his mouth the whole game. You can't piss somebody off and then expect to get any, anything questionable.
You're not going to get that extra love, that's for sure. They're going to definitely be on you. Why you being like that? Shut your pie hole. Go sit down.
Ethan Walker, I think, is the
unsung hero.
Yeah, he is the unsung hero. One of the best trades Glenn Clark made. Everybody, when they traded Andrew Q for him, a lot of guys were upset. They're like, Q is a beast. You only had Q and Reciteris at the time. They're going, what are you doing? Reciteris was going to be a free agent. Everybody knew we were losing him. But you really got to give kudos to Glenn Clark. He had a vision for what he was going to set up. Another loose ball by Simmons on the offensive side, though, and that fake pass is just so beautiful.
Were they playing possum early in the year in regards to their man up? Because if you take a look at their man up in their first 10 games, well I'll go even to 10. No. They had no man up.
I don't think you can say playing possum, though. I think what happened is...
all of a sudden the boys started catching their... getting their love, no question, but what a difference. 5 for 10.
100%.
Their man up, props to the man up, no question.
Yeah, no, 100%. That was that's huge. Their man up is way better. But this is what I was talking about with Dougie just getting out, getting those rebounds, and him and Stotts play. And there you see him kind of jabbing, a little jawing a little bit. Stotts and Dougie, they played for the Chiefs.
They're buddies.
Well, Stotts runs his mouth to everybody.
Sure.
Especially the officials.
Yeah. That's the nature of the beast of the game. I mean, your best of friends. What we've seen last year, I think it was Lyle and Randy when they duked it out. Those you're going to tell me who's closer buddies than those two together? I bet you there's not much unless you're a brother. Those guys they grew up together. And they're going to duke it.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast.
It is. But here's my favorite. So they're complaining about the officiating the whole time, right? So Baptiste clearly comes flying up, pushes him in the back, knocks him down the first time. He gets back up. Then they come and smash him in the back the second time, and they finally get the call. Firth, another one of those guys. Firth, a young player who has had an outstanding season with us, but he gets hardly any credit. Yeah, Baptiste, actually, I was pretty impressed with how he played defensively. As you're watching the goals scored, they did not take advantage of him, but wow, what a goal this was from Simmons. What did you think about this?
I thought it was awesome. I think it's a goalie stepping out into the player's direction. It almost could be a goalie penalty.
Combination of that, and this guy gives him a pretty good shot.
Not too bad. I mean, he definitely could have put his body through him a lot more. I'm sure we've seen a way worse body contact, but the goalie stepped out to the player. Now you're talking about shots to the head. Well, take a look what he does to his head. He smothers it. I'm going to eat you.
Yeah, but like I said, he stands up. He gets shoved right into the goalie. Stotts wanted the call on that one.
Pissed him off.
Nice save by Dougie. But
yeah.
So the way he comes in, you maybe could have gotten that one. I could maybe see. So right here, he is under the stick, but
when he corkscrews it and pops it, take a look at where's his helmet?
No, like I said,
it's up by his nose. His nose is, the one thing that I think a lot of these guys need to do as well, and Yeti as well, right there, freeze it. Take a look at that chin strap. There's a reason why these helmets are popping up and these guys are getting in fat lips, is because that chin strap is nowhere near remotely close to being on his chin.
I believe the chin cup is meant to sit on your chin. I think that's kind of why they call it the chin cup.
There's the Adam Apple protector is what that is.
Excuse me. So instead of a throat guard, they just they wear the chin cup down there. But no, this is what I mean. Like, you see Stotts running his mouth the whole time, saying stuff to the official. And
it looks like he, there's definitely some blood on his lip right there a little bit. So he's definitely really irritated now. So it only gets better.
If you're an Albany fan, although Stotts did have a few goals, but Dougie was big. They had their offense so upset, though, and so frustrated.
Defense doing what they need to do.
Yeah, watch. He definitely takes him, and then he gets mad because he ends up on top of him. The guy behind the net goes flying at Jokum. Isn't able to connect. But I tell you, Tchaikovsky had an amazing game. That's who that is for Albany on the ground. And that's Jackson. Yeah. So they dressed Jackson, who hadn't dressed, I don't think, in the NLL yet this season. They brought in some young legs. They weren't happy with the way things went in the opening night. I can understand that, but it was a I don't know. I don't know about dressing somebody who hasn't played all year.
Yeah, that's were there injuries? From the Friday night's game, I got to believe there's had to have been some injuries.
Yeah, no, definitely could be a part of it.
Right.
Tchaikovsky played great. He's a beast. Good on defense. Fast, gets up on transition. That style of defense that the Firewolves play, they did not give them an inch. And you see when they did let up is when San Diego capitalized. And then they'd get back in, and Clarkey would get on their ass, I'm betting, and say, hey, get it together, boys. Figure out what you're supposed to be doing.
Talk it up. And that's it. Communication is huge. Everybody's got to be on the same line. Goalie's got to be ready. And that's what happens.
Well, especially with Dougie being able to make saves like that, it just gives you so many more offensive.
The confidence your defense has is huge.
Yeah,
absolutely huge. He's going to be there. He's proven that he can get post to post.
Well, he's like I said. I think he is so active, and this is one thing though. Dougie might have set up a couple of his buddies with some buddy passes. This one not so much. On that one that we want to talk about pretty soon, we're going to talk about this one. It was just a nice pass. He gets it to Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky, instead of dishing it right here, tries to spin around. Just gets annihilated by Leclerc.
Yeah.
That I'm telling you, I felt that hit from where we were sitting. I don't know if Josh did. You see Josh sitting right there on the glass, but unfortunately it cost him, and they give up the goal. Curtis Dixon, though, what a beast he is. So that was OJ the Dude's first interview, and I hid myself behind the graphics just in case anything went wrong. What a nice man he seemed to be. I mean, granted, we only talked to him for 20 minutes, but yeah, right up top. But right there, you see just a low to low. As soon as both defenders step in, their sticks were up in the passing lane. Yeah, power play. They both step down. Look at, though. He throws it right there, just under where his hand and foot is. Dougie can't see from where he's looking what it looks like.
That's a complete screen. That's a double screen. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to hope for the bounce.
This was a pretty cool stat right here, I thought.
It's an incredible stat. Both of them. Once again, though, that also says how many miles are on those legs.
Well, especially Dobie. Curtis Dixon's a little bit younger than Dane Dobie, or at least appears to be athletically. Curtis Dixon, I think, is definitely in the category who could break that. I think San Diego, they've got some old pieces. They've got to bring in some young pieces they have. But Nardella and Wagner, oh my goodness.
Body.
Well, even right there, he took the body, didn't necessarily get the ball because,
he caused the ball on the ground. That's what you're looking to do.
But right there, he allows the other guy to get back in position. Sees they've got two guys, but just waits patiently, times it, slaps it out. And this is what I mean. Baptiste has gotten so much better defensively. He's a lot shorter than I remember. Too. He's not a very tall guy.
He's a squatter. He's one of those squatters.
Yeah, but the face-off guys, they both played great. It was about 50-50. I think Nardella was a little bit better. He might have had one defensive lapse, but what he gives up, just like these guys just beating the snot out of each other.
Yeah, it was a great game. Great game to watch.
What a pickup Wagner was. So they got him from, I think it was Vegas. And he has been absolutely amazing.
He's definitely stepped up and made that defense a complete defense. No question. They got their transition going up and down the field. They're soaking them. Good stuff. Nice save.
Yeah, Josh, if you make it to Worlds, OJ the Dude is going to be at Worlds. And look at Leo Sturo. So this one, unfortunately for Leo, they're going to score. But I was really hoping they didn't, and he got possession because this would have been a sweet highlight for me to be able to clip. And actually, at the end of the year, I can clip it. Nobody will remember they scored by next summer.
Right. Nice feed.
But even this, it just deflects off of.
Take a look how far out Dougie is right there. Dougie normally doesn't come out that far. When he's taking that shot, he steps out pretty decently far.
Which is also why he gets beat. It deflects the next slow motion one because it goes between his legs as he's stepping. So he steps out to take the angle, but because of that deflection, it does bounce. But you'll see it goes off. I think it's Nishimura's stick. He's got a stick in the passing/shooting lane and not able to. Yeah, it went right off the shaft. They do a great job here with the production crew. Actually gets a beautiful shot. See, hits him right in the face of the stick. He almost catches it.
Almost takes everything away. So there's a spin on that thing right now going zing. Bounce. Ugh. That's one of those. Ugh. Happens.
Yeah, I love it because when you stop it slow motion, you're like, Dougie, it was already in the net before you moved. What are you doing? Look at Josh's face back there, too. I just realized. He's like, oh, no. Oh, he just puts him over his head. I honestly have to say, I think Josh's reaction to a goal is worse than Dougie's. Dougie's very even temperatured, mild mannered. He stays very cool, calm, collected.
Great face off.
Yeah, OJ the Dude actually hoping to meet up with Curtis Dixon and at Worlds. We'll be talking more about Worlds and getting into that throughout the summer. But wow, what a game this was. Wagner, great. Byrne, playing great. Albany gets a set piece at the end, and unfortunately, so they talk to Simmons, and just like he says, team's playing great. You can't really complain. What a rookie year he's had, though, huh?
Absolutely. All of those rookies have.
Yeah.
Even the second year, Paulus, I don't even think he had a shot in the game, but as far as, you want to know what? Did he have 2 shots?
He took 2 shots.
Okay.
And
as far as...
And both were good. He almost scored 1. He had the, I will say, he kind of missed 2, like quick sticks behind the net, but that thing is going so fast, but it's so close, and those 2 would have been sweet goals. But I think this is going to be the biggest thing. So look at what Buffalo was able to do to Mark Matthews. 6 caused turnovers, 0 goals in the first game. Tom Schreiber, 2 turnovers, only 2 assists, or 1 assist, 1 goal.
Yeah.
Corey Small, just 2 goals, no assists. Chris Bushi, those guys right there, each one of those guys is capable of having a game that encompasses all of those stats without the turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to hold them down to that level, I tell you, Albany does not have an easy road. But we do have Dougie, who's a lot younger than Matty Vince, and I think the youth is going to do us good. Dougie Jameson. Honestly, right now, going into Worlds, too, the Haudenosaunee got to be happy. He's been looking amazing.
Yeah.
This one, Austin Stotts, maybe this is why you keep your mouth shut, because then when Jackson Nishimura tackles you, you might get the call.
Well, that's where the official said I couldn't see it. The guy was in my way. It blocked my view. Sorry.
They end up scoring anyways. But
Shut up and play. Don't complain about fouls that didn't get called. Make it happen. Make something happen off of that. And he's that type of player that, you want to know what? He can do that. And that sucks. Especially at the end. That was even worse. But
big save Dougie there too, though.
Yeah.
So they end up scoring on this, but it's like their 4th possession. Albany didn't get rid of it, and Dobie scores, and I believe this is he ties Tavares with that goal.
That was a tire right there. And then,
like I said,
go on.
You give the offense this many possessions. I don't care which NLL offense it is. You give them 3 offensive possessions, chances are they're going to score. They got like a 50% chance of scoring on 3rd possession in a row, I would say.
You got to be on these guys' hands. Even when you're on their hands, they take the one hand off and they're able to make a shot. What a play! What another great goal by was that Kurtz?
That's Travis Longboat, and
that was Longboat's.
Longboat, phenomenal. He could have very easily been the player of the game. But yeah, see, here's the Blue Squatch crowd now.
Oh, there they are.
We made the camera.
I see. That is quality.
I did like it was right after the Longboat goal too. That's cool. I really I've never met Travis Longboat, but I'm a huge fan. He's been injured, came to us. He's not really a rookie. But man, he was relatively unknown coming into this, and wow, has he been great. Clutch, scores when he needs to. Him and Marshall Powell play together so well. You can tell they've been playing together for years. And, he has really put that right side, tied it together in a way that right side has been lethal.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah. And thank goodness for, 57 Walker and Paulus. Those guys are, what's his name, 28 there? The little gremlin. The gremlin there. Great defense.
Yeah, it was, except for they called a hold on Nardella. They didn't call the punch to the face after, but they I think that was on Nardella. Yeah. So that was on Nardella. But right here, you see, he had that hand around him. Makes it an easy call for the ref. He didn't need it too. The slide came in. The rest of the team did their job, but you're not going to let somebody run by and get into the center like that.
Right.
What a pick-off this was.
Again, an incredible athlete. Why run your freaking trap?
Is that a 4x Hillhead, you think? You see how gold it is and shiny?
I'm sure he's got his own, no disrespect. It may be a 4x Hill. It might be a tie hill, but I got to believe these guys have their own much of their own brand things going on.
I bet you he just wanted the 4x twig. But no,
might have.
Right here, that's Tchaikovsky doing a great job. So we got to see this goal go in before pretty much everybody else because of how tall we were and where we were sitting.
Yep.
And this was the goal that essentially was like, yeah, I'm going to take that seat. But what a play by Tchaikovsky. Triple team, knocks it out to Kurtz. And Kurtz would be the rookie of the year on any other team if he didn't play with Alex Simmons.
Right.
Not a question. I don't even think it's close.
I have to say that's a great call right there.
Yeah. No, it's tough playing. Like, look at Josh banging on the glass in the background. I love it. Points right at him. He's like, that was you. But Dougie.
That was you, kid.
Yeah, Dougie making great saves. And again, you see when they scored on Dougie, multiple shots on the power play. But that's what I'm talking about right there. So you just brought it up with Dougie's way out. I'm telling you, I think it's because he's lost some weight and he's super athletic compared to what he used to be.
He's moving.
Yeah, look at
He's able to see how he steps away. He's stepping away from the goal after that was a great hit. I'm sorry to say that was a great hit. He turned right into it, man. He turned right into it. I imagine if Stats really wanted to just annihilate him, he could have literally destroyed him. He pulled up. That's a pull up.
He takes 3 steps. Look at him. He's charging like a bull.
2, and he's pulling up. He could have came right through his chest and put it into next week. And that's not Longbow.
No, that's Nishimura.
The Nishimura, that's right. I mean,
all right. So there's 2 things different that he needs to do to make this hit legal.
Okay, I'm watching.
1.
So I'm looking. I'm seeing a shoulder tuck in. That shoulder to shoulder right there. Although heads did collide, so they could have that possibly as the determining factor. But he did make contact shoulder to shoulder. I'm sorry, one guy is shorter than the other guy, but...
It's not that. It's the follow through with the hand. You can't see it in this view. You'll see it in the next one. No, so if he kept his feet on the ground and didn't come up, you're absolutely right. Because when he steps into him originally... shoulders low. But watch what he does. Yeah. He jumps up. If he doesn't jump up, it's not a penalty. If he stays planted. So I know when I've talked to the officials, well, all the officials that I have talked to anyways, basically if you are going to clean somebody's clock like that, you can't be moving. You have to be planted. If you take a running start at somebody, every official is going to call it.
Yeah.
Because the guy's wide open, you can see it, you know it, they say, but yeah, here goes Longboat again and just boop. Look at how excited Kurtz is too. I thought Kurtz scored that.
I hope you clip that same hit in the Buffalo game because
I have not. I didn't even get a chance to clip any of the Buffalo game.
Gotcha. Well, when you do go through it, you're gonna when I literally the same exact hit, same exact everything. Same.
Well, was their guy running their mouth to the ref telling him he sucks and he's an asshole?
That probably could lead to something. Absolutely. This is where we get you back. Shut your mouth and play.
Shut your mouth and do what we told you to do.
Yeah. Shut up and play.
Yeah. See, they want another call.
Burger King is but we just spell it different. Instead of, burger... I can't pronounce. My spelling is very bad. So
Bag Square looks more like Bag Square.
That's exactly. There you go. Great call. Good call.
Yeah. BS, BK. I'm not good with letters. Sometimes I get it screwed up. Sorry, guys.
Don't ask me to spell nothing.
So this one you don't actually get to see the call here, but so Curtis Dixon basically he gets run over there. So. Or Westberg, I'm sorry, gets run over there. But watch Dixon. He's going to throw the ball down. And then after he's running to the bench. So he already took off, right? Off camera right now, Alex Simmons is running on the bench because the first Firewolf that goes over. So Simmons is running off the floor, running towards the net for about 5 steps. And somebody reaches out and trips him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that somebody was that guy right there.
That one, he feels shame.
And the ref has to catch him. Shame. He's like,
that wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
I'll sit down for that one. Ends up being a 5-on-3 though.
5-on-3, and take a look at what their man up did it. That's a huge. I think they got 2 off of this, didn't they? Off this sequence.
They may have, but just the defense sliding out on people, creating the turnover, and right here,
Right.
Yeah, this. Watkinson hadn't been shooting great all night. He'd had a couple of fast breaks and breakaways. And I was like, at this point, it's 2-on-2. I'm like, will you guys please just pull out and wait for the offense to get on the floor? And then all of a sudden, Ardella sets him up with this, and I was like, oh, okay, you got to take it. And it almost bounced under the goalie's arm, too. I was like, that would have been sweet.
That would have been a nice one.
But yeah, no, Nardella, I thought, played great. Took the shots he should have taken and held on to the ball or passed it when he needed to. So right here, they called Jokum on it. They originally called a 5-minute, then they detract it back to see that it was a little shot in the ribs, and basically 2 minutes is more than fine for that.
He felt they got the right call. I do like the fact that with these majors, with calling a major first, they can now bring it down. I think that's a great move by the NLL with that call.
Yeah, huge save, Dougie. Yeah, he looks way better. He's got to. I bet you he lost 75 pounds. Big hand save there. They said the post, but that went off Dougie's hand. Another dunk. He stays right there when he needs to.
He tried to cross backside him. That was a great try right there.
Yeah,
but
they ended up beating him with that one. That was Curtis Dixon. He took the 1 penalty, but he does capitalize. He had a pretty good game. He's got to be pretty happy with the way he played. Some of the older pieces, you got to kind of wonder what San Diego's going to do, because every year they're going for the title.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, who's returning next year? Take a look at that. The age of those guys. They're like Yeti out there.
They're like the Yeti of last year.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
Go sit down again, Stats. Just shut your pie hole. Go sit down.
Yeah, not happy. Not even a little happy. It hurts his team, though, bad. And
it destroyed their team. They had 10 penalties. He had, a record? It was a great shot.
That is definitely a right cross, though.
No question.
I didn't really catch it on the first one, and I tried to reclip it again, and then he does that one, and he's like, how could you call that? It's like, well, you punched him in the face. What do you mean, how could you call that? Especially beautiful goal by Simmons on there. But yeah, I love you see him running his mouth, and it's like you literally punched him in the face, and now you're mad that you got a call. But that fake by Simmons, and then he jumps in and just money.
On the jump, get him up. He got the goalie to get the stick off the ground, and he put it through his 5-hole, I think.
Yeah. Oh, he's ecstatic. Josh is going nuts in the background. I loved that shot. That was a good shot. Alex Simmons, a huge part of what's going on. And now we look at it. So, hang on. That went fast. Yeah, so congratulations, Dane Dobie, on the tie. Curtis Dixon, is he going to play long enough? I guess this is a question for OJ. How old is Curtis Dixon?
How old we got?
I wonder. It takes. Remember, they're 30 seconds behind. So we'll look at this next Firewolves goal too.
Yeah.
Another beautiful. This Ethan Walker just launches it in there.
Step down rip. Hands are free. Nobody's on his hands. A little bit of a screen from the defenseman, and just peppered it. Nice rip.
This one by Dougie.
Nice save. Like you're saying,
this might be the one Josh was just asking me about.
I've seen that on the. He's got leg on pipe. He's definitely. He must be doing some yoga, getting stretched out. Look at that pipe.
And then to go back across though is even better.
Boom, exactly. Boom. That is some serious flexing. Good job for Dougie. Great job. Great save.
Yeah, he just punched it. Whoop.
And you look where he was shooting at right there. He was shooting at his hip because he knows the goalie's going to be coming across high. But the way Dougie holds his, and most of the goalies do, the way they hold that bottom hand out to get those deflections to cover up that where the knee bends a little bit. They get the hand right there to try and cover that little 5-hole, or not 5-hole, but on the pipe there. Yeah. And Dougie had it covered.
Yeah, he did. And this is what I mean, Stotts. hat trick in the game. If he didn't worry about all the shenanigans, he probably, I don't know though, because I think without that emotion, he doesn't play like he does.
Yeah, but you're on the floor. Right now, he's been off the floor 10 minutes of the game. That's huge.
Yeah, this one could have been a goal. They said no. Another one of Colton Watkinson. Oh,
he touched the crease on liftoff.
Yeah, there's a reason you play defense, Colton. You're a great captain, but a forward you were not, sir.
Oh, it looked good and then there was a replay that I had watched. His foot was clearly, it wasn't even a close call.
Yeah, it was all over it. Here comes
Stocks again.
Yeah.
He gets himself back out there.
Defense, and this is where you wonder. So a defense that gives up 50-something, so you figure they had 50, Dougie had 50 saves, they end up with 9 goals. So,
60 shots.
60 shots. That's, you wouldn't think the defense is necessarily playing good if you're giving up a shot a minute.
Yeah.
But I guess it's one every other possession.
And again, it's where the shot, what an outside shot that was.
He had 2 of them.
That's a dagger right there.
It felt very Dagger-esque.
Yeah.
Like that one. This is actually, I said to Charity, I said, we're going to the finals. When he scored that goal, I said to her, can you believe we're going to the finals? And this is what I mean. Fucking Ty Kurtz is 26 points ahead of the next rookie. Any other team is a rookie of the year, and you're talking about this being one of the best rookie classes of all time just from those 2 guys. And then McCombie was really starting to come on towards the end of the year. Jason Knox really coming on, a huge part of what was happening with Panther City towards the end when they really started to come to. And Ty Kurtz is getting shafted because he's not going to be considered the best rookie even on his team because of Alex Simmons. Wow.
Well, isn't that a shame? I think he's definitely more than happy to turn any type of accolade into going to the championship. No question.
Yeah, and this is absolutely 100%. And this is where he pulls ahead of Tavares. Great shot by Dobie, and this is where Charity told me to shut my mouth because I said we're going to the the finals, and she said it's awful early, and Dane Dobie scores to pull ahead of Tavares. So I have wooden shaft on the stick, so we were banging on it. And it must be the juju worked, or they liked our energy, or however it worked. But congratulations, Dane Dobie. Any record in this league.
All-time leader. Awesome job.
It's just impressive to play in this league. The amount of mental fortitude and determination and strength and, just dedication to the sport to be able to break any of these records. Congratulations, Dane Dobie, and thank you, sir, very much for all you've put into the sport. Then they scored this one, and I was like, oh.
Now I
did it. But that Dougie
came through.
He just had a lot of just.
It's and look where he is. He's back there helping out.
That's what I mean. Is he's so much more active than he was last year, and Albany wasn't necessarily even getting all the bounces they need. San Diego played good. They put a lot of pressure on this game. Very easily could have been won by San Diego right there. 2 in a row right at him. And he's just so much faster out there. Dickinson's bad. I couldn't figure out what he wanted on that one. But that was a nice catch by the stands. That went off the pipe and up into the stands, and that was a beautiful catch by the
Someone
fan.
snagged it. Nice.
Another little kick save, Dougie. This one, I mean, Baptiste has come a long way defensively. Huge play there for his teammates. Great IQ to come off and get that. But Joe Nardella says, oh, yeah? Well, look, I can do that too. And comes back, runs. Beautiful loose ball. Nice spin and a nice pass up to Walker. And this really kind of made me feel a lot better about things.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, boys, we're still getting this. Nardella, huge play.
Once they start pulling the goalie, it's a matter of time before you hope that somebody's going to get that freebie.
72 loose balls to 51.
72-51. That's a lot of turf.
Well, that's a lot of coaches. You got the smart ass kid now going, yeah, ground balls win games, right, coach?
Right. Ground balls win games now. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You want to know what wins games? Goals. Score them.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was the, Dougie shut down a lot of those rebounds. Albany did a good job of get the rebounds out of the front of the net. They might have given some away on the side, but there was a lot of turnovers for Albany that just weren't good. And then finally, when Colton Watkinson scores this one, it was like, whew, I could take a breath. Okay.
Back in the saddle again.
This is what I mean. Is like it was very well attended for an Albany game, especially. But that one section just never looks good.
That's on the far side in the party zone where it opens up?
Right on. It's the opposite side of the party zone. Yeah. They don't quite have
the tunnel they come out of. Tunnel they come out of. Yep.
They don't do quite as well over there, but they honestly, I think a lot of it is because we're not over there. I think if we set up over there with Josh, we could bring some fans over there too. I think we encourage a lot of people to have fun. At the beginning of the games and at the beginning of the season, you see people were kind of like, but now we're getting all the chants going. Everybody knows by the end of the game that obviously everything was the Ligurieri's fault,
It is all his fault.
See, and everybody likes to talk about with Dyson. Oh, he's 35. Thanks, OJ. But Dyson Williams coming in, and that can be huge. But you got to wonder, sometimes when you bring in another superstar, you really hope it doesn't screw things up. I mean, yes, this is potential for great things, but this offense has played very well together. Who are you taking out of the lineup?
That's what I was just going to say. Who's coming out? What are the contracts looking like? As far as your right side for the most part is pretty. I believe they're under contract for a couple of years, aren't they?
I would imagine they're going to hold it. Yeah, but I mean, here's Simmons just absolutely
dogging it, plain dogging it.
And then they're like, how can you call that? Well, you jumped on his back like a backpack kid and rode him down. So that's going to happen. It's
going to happen. You know what? That's what that kid does. Give me the ball. I'll take it into the corner and I'll suck everything I can out of it. That's what he did.
Here's this one I had to laugh.
The end of the...
Yeah, this is the end. And this is Stotts'
He should be suspended next year for it. I'll go out there and say that. I mean, that's...
Well, yeah. That's not good. No. I hate that shot to the throat, chin area like that, especially the throat. You could, seriously permanently injure somebody. And it's not like you just walk up and you punch it or you punch him in the chest and then you're going. That's a clear, I'm going to hit you in the throat kind of shot. And
yeah.
Just
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Their season is over. Go sit down again. You're done.
Yeah, no, like you said, that's basically the end of it. Is your season's over and it's hard to. Yeah, I don't know. It's very woodsman-like, I guess you would say.
I'm not even gonna. You want to know what it was? I'll say it. It was a douchebag play, is what it was. Straight up. You're a great player.
Under his skin the whole time.
Four goals. 4 goals. How many assists? Now imagine if you didn't spend 20. I'm sure you had 27 minutes in penalties. Come on, man. Look at the kids that are watching you, going, I want to be Austin Stats. You want that kid to see that? And I'm not preaching, because by all means I was a douchebag at sometimes on the field too. But there's God. Thank God the kid's all right.
Yeah,
that's you get in that throat, man. Unneeded, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Go sit down, and you want to know what? Albany's going to the championship.
I like this here. Dougie's trying to grab a hold of him, and you see Watkinson just trying to pull Dougie off. He's like, "Don't worry about it. Joker will take care of himself."
Yeah, get over the way. Don't get yourself thrown out of the next home game.
Yeah. No.
That's all.
And then they put Getty in for a little bit. So kudos. Good thing for Jeff Getty. He got some extra time because of it. And I tell you, Yeah, no, unfortunately, definitely not the ending you want. Which is too bad because, like you said, when you look at what he has for stats, man, he's a good player.
He's a freaking incredible player.
You don't
Incredible
really
player.
get much better than that, and it's unfortunate. 4 goals, no assists, but still 4 goals, 6 loose balls. He's a beast. I mean, just look at
24 shots. 24 shots the dude had. 24 shots.
No, that's penalty, but it's 14 shots.
Oh, okay. 14 shots. Okay, thank you. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of shots.
Yeah, no, it's
That's the penalty. Okay. I said 27. I was off a little bit. Sorry about that, buddy.
You were, but the stats might have been a little screwed up. No, I tell you, Dane Doby, 2-2, Trey Leclerc, 2-3. Honestly, their transition game, I think, was the difference. Albany's transition beat them. Dougie played great on transition. I don't think they had the legs for the transition. And honestly, I think that my biggest takeaway from that was how good Baptiste played. I don't know if I hadn't watched him much, but I was very impressed with Trevor Baptiste. I talk a lot of smack on him. I say he's overrated because he's just a great face-off guy, but he has come a long way this year, and I would like to give him some due credit because he deserves it.
He definitely does. He's been in the league a while now, and Lord knows the face-off position is a battle. You're butting heads every time you're on that draw. So, excuse me, the work that those guys do, props to him and Nardella, to get out there and play defense afterwards. Great job.
Yeah.
And turn around, and not only that, score some goals. You can't ask for something better than that right there. That's a complete player.
It is. So we look through the playoff leader so far. How about that? Your rookie points leader in the playoff, or your rookie goal leader in the playoff, and your points leader. I'm sorry, that's crazy.
And your points leader. That is an awesome accomplishment. Let's finish the. I'm wearing a Bandits shirt, and I'm saying let's finish the deal now, man.
Yeah, no, because like you said, I think honestly what we're going to see in this Buffalo game is the experience. Second year, they went to the playoffs last year, went all the way through and won it. They've got Matty Vince, one of the best, most experienced goalies in the league. Dane Smith. I mean, you can go up and down that Buffalo Bandits roster. I just think we haven't even mentioned. So what happened? Albany, 3 games last year was all they won. They didn't make the playoffs, last place. Now they're in the finals. Anybody who tells me Glenn Clark is not the coach of the year, get out of here. Your opinion doesn't count to me anymore. Argue I'm wrong. He literally took a third place team full of rookies, a last place team full of rookies to the NLL finals.
I think my post on Facebook was exactly that. This is the New York State championship. Last year's best, last year's worst. And now they're in the championship along the I-90. I love it. We got to amp this up for bragging rights.
Get ready for Worlds is what it is. They know that all the best lacrosse in the world's going to be in Utica, so they just made sure that the finals were. But John Wagner, huge pickup from Vegas, just another genius move from Glenn Clark. He's played great. You look at the loose ball total, he has been physically just he's another one of those guys when you watch, never seems to run out of gas. Guys don't just push him over. But when we look at the block shots, I think that is something. I think Albany's offense struggles. I think Albany, if they win this series, it's going to come down to the transition game. Yeah. I think if the transition game for Albany is there, I think they've got the best transition game in the league, but I also think Buffalo has a very good transition game, and they're more than their transition. Buffalo plays that unsettled offense game better than anybody. Bird will come off the bench, Buchanan, Fraser. One of those guys comes off the bench, and they play that unsettled offense just as good as anybody.
Greg, what Buffalo has to offer and what Albany, there's no question. It's a matter of the goalies. Both goalies are coming in hot. Matty Vince played out of his gorg. Dougie played out of his gorg. It's going to be a battle, like you said, transition, but whose right side is better than whose right side, the other's right side, the left side, whose left side's better. in my personal opinion, tell Dane Smith to stop shooting the ball and give it to somebody else.
No, I want him to shoot. I want him to shoot all day because he misses the net all the time too. Let that
every single
Dane
time.
Smith go ahead. Just keep punching him, Dane. Go ahead, show us what's up. Andy's got the most turnovers. But so when we look at the wins, you got Doug E and Matty Vince obviously there. They both did a great job. The minutes basically identical as we go into this. Couple more overtimes. The saves, I think, comes down to the goalies, just like you said. You look at it.
Comes down. You know, the soakers, like you had just said a couple times. Buffalo, that's Buffalo's game. That is Buffalo's game as far as their man down. They compact so much and let you shoot and just stand there and soak that damn shot. It's ridiculous. God bless those defensemen, though. That's what they get paid for.
Yeah, they can have it, all of it. No thanks. But yeah, no. So I just went to the stats page here and it sorted them by points first. But as we look at the top 10, so let's see. I'm telling you, Ethan Walker, another guy. So he's got these two rookies that are playing phenomenal, and they're actually 1 and 2 in points right now. But the wow, has he been good? Ethan Walker, Marshall Powlis, playing with the rookies. They're the senior players coming out of. One came out of the Rush team, and Ethan and Walker came out of Georgia. So both guys were traded from their teams, and they have stepped up and played great. And I believe this is both their 4th year in the NLL. I think it. Do you think Albany's offense can score enough to keep up with Buffalo? Is my question.
I think so.
I mean, the transition can.
I think it's going to come down to watching. You know, Matty Vince has definitely come into in the last 2 games. I'm going to say because he wasn't looking very good, but all of a sudden he, like Dougie, has found some sort of fountain of youth, and you know he's making saves like Dougie was. You know, post to post, and then I'll give you a little of this. It's goalie play is going to be the biggest thing, no question. Transition, clearly, who shows up for Buffalo? Does Nanitoke do what Nanitoke can do? Does Frazier do what Frazier did to get them into that championship? Because I think Frazier was the reason why Buffalo won that second game. He was I thought, a huge asset. Obviously, Josh Brian, whatever his name is. Byrne. As far as we're going to stay consistent. Consistency, baby. As far as you know, that diving into the crease, through the crease, what a 6-goal run. They couldn't stop them. They were running, they were gunning. Farrell did what Farrell had to do at the face-off X. It is something. All right, I'm going to give you some breaking news, though, if you want some breaking news out of upstate.
Right before we get into the breaking news, I have to say that I think Josh is 100% right when he says that lacrosse is really about having fun. So as long as Albany plays and has fun and doesn't overthink it and worry too much about when things don't go their way, because Buffalo is a very emotional team. I think Albany's going to get under their skin. I think Albany's going to get them to take a lot of stupid penalty. I think you're going to see Sturos and Grennan each get punched in the face twice and Jokum at least once a game.
Does Buffalo, dig deep and know that that's what that little gremlin's going to do and can control it?
They might in the first game, but by the last game, they're all going to be wanting to beat the shit out of Grennan.
Yep.
I don't care if it goes 2 or 3 games. By the end of it, they are going to want to kill Grennan. Grennan is going to have Priolo and Robinson running from the defensive end trying to fight him over his shenanigans.
Over and over again. Yeah. That's how it was. That's how the last 2 games. Josh had mentioned it earlier in the threads that I was reading. You know, it's definitely it's hard to beat them 3 times in a row. Well, you want to know what, Josh? Don't beat them 3 times in a row and win the championship back in Albany on the following weekend.
That would be better.
That would be better, I think.
Albany needs to represent, though. We need people here. But speaking of, give us some breaking news for the upstate. What do we got?
Well, what brought it all up was all this Albany talk we've had tonight, and I'm going to as far as Albany Collar Kings are going to be in the upstate division. we're going to be going. I'm reading as it's filtering through here.
All right, so hang on. So for anybody who doesn't know, like Josh is new to the NABLL, and Owen probably doesn't follow it much. So the College City Kings have been the division champs for their division 2 years running, and they were in basically like the Capital District South down to like New York City area down to Philly was their division. So now they are joining the Upstate Division, which is basically now Albany, North, in New York State. So kind of like what happens in the NLL with all the good teams. You know, they're Albany North is how it goes. But now they've joined the better division, and the Thousand Island Spirits, who were the division champs last year, they are a very solid team. I highly doubt they got any worse. If you know anything, I would imagine they got better. They've got a brand new.
There's definitely some players being moved around in regards throughout the league. As far as I know,
Seneca Serpent teams. How about Crosby now is the GM for the Seneca Serpents, and
Seneca Serpents. As far as one of the Spirits goalies, I forget First, I don't know what his name, but anyhow, it was Fisk. That's it. He went down to Oswego, so. There's some jostling around, and I know Jason's doing a great job. Nate's doing a great job. Chris and Patty are doing a great job. I'm excited what the Yeti are doing, and now we get to throw Justin McKinney and those great players that they got down in the Albany region. It's going to be a holy cow, what a great region.
It's going to be tough to get out of that division, man. That's going to be a very hard division to make it out of, but you know, iron sharpens iron, and that's what we need if you want the division to grow.
And that's what you know. Hopefully next year we can get in a little more into the Rochester and Buffalo area, and continue to make this a great sport. Where guys can get out there and compete at the highest level.
Yeah. So it says
still have dreams.
Paul calls them the Albany team because Paul doesn't know any better. They're actually a Troy team, basically, which is why they're the College City Kings, Josh. So for like the local people, they play at Hudson Valley Community College, which we all know is in Troy. But for Paul and so many of the other people, they call them the Albany team because it's they don't really understand how the river works. Basically, they're on the other side of the river, playing just over there, and I believe they are playing there again. My first ever, what got us into this whole streaming aspect was I reached out to Justin and we made it and recorded the first game on our cell phone. So, I mean, in the great words of the Grateful Dead, even though my wife will laugh at me because I always tell her they're the most overrated band in the world. What a long, strange trip it's been.
It is a long, strange...
We've been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes already, Paul.
I know. We didn't even talk about
Buffalo. We didn't even talk about
you want to what? That's even better because you want to what more is there to talk about? We got the defending National League Lacrosse League champions against the basement dwellers from last year. Now smashing. I'm loving it. It's a great rivalry that has now been built. We just went right by Rochester because Rochester is, you want to know what? It's Rochester.
Hartley.
It's like driving by Utica. It's Utica. There goes Utica. You just keep on driving by because you want to get to Albany or you want to get to Buffalo. You're not stopping in Rochester. You're not stopping in Utica.
But you know who's stopping in Utica now?
They are stopping in Utica now because the world is coming to Utica. Yes. Scott Neese, thank you for everything that you've done for this sport as well.
Scott Neese, Connor Wilson, thank you. Both have helped us out tremendously. Connor Wilson does Lacrosse All-Stars. Check them out. Scott Neese, they are the original founders of what started as Laznai, turned into Laxnai. They've brought on us with Blue Squatch Productions. Helped us grow in tremendous ways. I can't thank them enough. But, Paul, we got to go to bed. I got to go to bed.
It's time to go. I'm sitting
schedules will be coming, Josh. Social media is easier to follow everybody. Uh-oh. Whoa. My computer's freaking out.
It overdid it. We overplayed.
Oh, we screwed everything up.
Oh, no. What happened? Rome Sign and Display Company.